review on what is a maximum or a minimum point. So in this problem, here's a big complicated word for you. Find us the relative extremum. So this vocabulary word is just the lazy way of saying find both the local maximum point and the local minimum point. Well, what is a maximum point? Well, if you guys were going up a hill, first you go up and then you go down. So the max is right there. Our minimum is when you're going down a hill, and you go up. So that would be you go down and then you go up. That's min, that's max. Now, when we talk about local, it's like think about just the valley. That's our local area. But then you go to a state, then you go to a country, then you go to a continent. So we're only focusing on the local area. Think about this as the whole world. But we want to focus on little pieces. What's the minimum and maximum at little pieces throughout the graph? Well, let's focus over here first. Do you guys think that's a do you guys think let's use red now? I'm going to use red for you to see all my markings here. Do you think this is a max or a min? Actually, it's neither because the graph is telling you it's going on forever. You cannot find the min or max of something that goes on forever. So this area, it's nothing. Just leave it like that. Now look over here. Is this going down and then up? Yeah, so what would you call that? I would call that a relative min. Or actually just be two, because there's not enough space, I'll call it a min right now. Now, where would you be? Look, it's going up, that's going down. I would call that a relative max. Because in this area, in this local area, that's the maximum at that point. This local area, that's the minimum at that point. So what would you guys say this is in this area? Again, you got it. It's going to be a minimum. What about this one? A lot of people might say that's a max, but what do we say a max is? A max is when you go up, then you go down. This one goes up and then keeps going up. So be very careful with those guys. This is actually nothing. Leave it green. What about this one? Now you're talking. It goes up, then it goes down. Now look at this one. It's going down and then a little down, maybe. What would you say about that one? Technically, it is a max in this little area because it goes from a high point to a low point. That could be confusing sometimes. And this one here, you would say that's a min in that area. And I would say those are all the spots. If we were to go a little lower, now look at this one. Another word we like to throw at you is called the absolute extreme. When I say absolute, that vocabulary word, it basically means what's the biggest of the biggest maximum, what's the lowest of the lowest maximum. In this case, because this is the highest point in the entire graph, that's going to be my absolute max. And because this is the lowest point, el más bajo, the lowest point in the whole graph, I'm going to call that the absolute min. So those are the lowest points and the highest point of the graph. So the absolute and local or relative are very different. Remember, make sure to read when they give you each one.